Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of football drama, shocking twists, and a little bit of emotional chaos, then today's video is for you. We've got the one and only Saquon Barkley speaking out about his former teammate Daniel Jones, and trust me, it's a roller coaster of feels. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends. We're all about spreading the football love here. So, buckle up, because we're about to break it all down. Saquon Barkley, known for his explosive runs and no-nonsense approach to football, has been having quite the season in Philly. But what makes this year even more interesting is the crazy way his former teammate, Daniel Jones, has found himself out of the Big Apple. You'd think that after 5 years together on the New York Giants, there would be a smooth ride into the sunset for these two, right? Well, football doesn't always work out that way. So, let's rewind the clock a little bit. Barkley and Jones were drafted just a year apart. In 2018, Barkley was the second overall pick, that's right, the second pick, and the following year, Jones got selected by the Giants as the sixth pick. Giants fans were gearing up for a dream team era. These two guys were supposed to be the cornerstone of a new generation of Giants football. The script was written, Barkley would run like the wind, and Jones would throw darts down the field. Fast forward 5 seasons. And well, the script has been rewritten, re-edited, and dramatically changed. Saquon left the Giants after this past season, deciding to join their NFC East rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles. You can imagine that wasn't an easy decision, leaving behind a city that invested so much in him. But it's worked out pretty well. Barkley's having a career year in Philly, rushing for over 1.137 yards with 8 touchdowns and looking like a future Hall of Famer in green and white. Meanwhile, Jones? Well, his relationship with the Giants took a turn you wouldn't expect. If you're a Giants fan, you know this has been a dramatic saga. Jones, after signing a massive 4-year, $160 million contract extension last year, was benched this season for Tommy DeVito. Yes, you heard that right, the Tommy DeVito. Not to be confused with the actor, but the rookie quarterback who somehow got the nod over Jones. And that wasn't the end of it. In a move that shocked everyone, Jones officially asked the Giants to release him. The team agreed. And just like that, the saga was over. It's honestly a little heartbreaking for fans who thought Jones was going to be the one to turn things around in New York. Now, let's get back to Barkley. Despite leaving for a rival team, Barkley has kept in touch with Jones. Their friendship didn't stop because of a jersey change. In fact, he had some really heartfelt things to say about his former teammate. Barkley said, "It sucks to see how everything went down for him over there. And honestly, who can blame him? Imagine being in Barkley's shoes. Both were drafted to the same team, both had high hopes, and both shared the highs and lows together in the locker room." For Barkley, Jones is more than just a teammate, he's a friend. In his words, "I've got nothing but great things to say about him." You're not going to find anybody that can say negative things about him. But as we all know, football is a brutal business. There's no time for sentimentality, especially when a team needs to make tough decisions. And while Barkley has found success in Philadelphia, it didn't go the same way for Jones. Saquon hopes that Jones can take this setback as an opportunity for a fresh start somewhere else. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. After clearing waivers, many teams could look at Jones as a solid backup or even a bridge quarterback for a younger player. I mean, remember, the guy was drafted 6th overall, he's still got talent. It might just be a matter of finding the right fit for him. Something that the Giants clearly couldn't offer anymore. Barkley even said, hopefully, wherever he ends up next, they're going to get a guy to come in and work. This is a perfect way of showing that Barkley understands what Jones is going through and still has faith in his former teammate. As for Jones, he's likely to follow a similar path to Barkley, finding a team where he can start fresh and showcase his skills in a new environment. Will the Dallas Cowboys be in the mix for Jones? Spoiler alert, nope. According to Cowboys EVP Stephen Jones, they're happy with their backup quarterbacks, including Cooper Rush and Trey Lance. The Cowboys are set with their current roster, even after losing Dak Prescott to a hamstring injury. So, don't expect a Jones to Dallas storyline anytime soon. That said, once Jones clears waivers and is available for any team to sign, expect plenty of suitors to come calling. The contract might be a bit hefty, especially considering Jones is due about $12 million for the rest of the season, but teams in need of a QB could see him as a valuable piece in their puzzle. What's next for Saquon Barkley? Well, Things are looking pretty sweet for the former Giant in Philadelphia. Barkley has proved that sometimes a change of scenery is all it takes to reignite a career. With his new role in Philly, he's leading the league in rushing and showing no signs of slowing down. And let's not forget, he's part of the 8-2 Eagles, who are currently leading the NFC East. That's a big contrast from the 2-8 Giants, who are stuck in the basement of their division. It's tough for Giants fans to watch. But Barkley has proven that sometimes a change is what's best for business. He's living proof that good things can happen after leaving a franchise that wasn't quite the right fit. Closing thoughts. In the end, both Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones have gone on very different paths. But they've both experienced what it's like to deal with unpredictable NFL situations. Football can be a cutthroat business. But the friendship between these two players proves that there's always room for respect and loyalty, even in a world as wild as the NFL. Will Daniel Jones find his next home? Only time will tell. But if anyone knows how tough it can be to move on from the Giants, it's Saquon Barkley. So, what do you think? Should Daniel Jones get a fresh start somewhere else? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And let's talk about it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. We've got plenty more football drama to break down. So stay tuned. What's next for Daniel Jones after his classy split with the Giants? NFL executives weigh in. When Daniel Jones stepped up to the podium on that fateful Thursday, he had a multitude of choices. After being benched and demoted from the starting quarterback role to the fourth string in just 1 week, Jones could have let loose a barrage of frustration, or aired his grievances in a way that would have made headlines for all the wrong reasons. But he didn't. In fact, he did something surprising. He stayed classy. Let's break it down. Here's a quarterback who, at the age of 26, has already endured a roller coaster ride with the New York Giants. He was their 2019 first-round pick. And yet, here he was in 2024, struggling to hold on to his spot as a starting quarterback. But rather than let bitterness take the wheel, Jones took a deep breath and handled the situation like a true professional. And if you ask any NFL executive, they all agree, Daniel Jones just raised the bar for handling a quarterback benching with grace. A few ways Jones could have handled it differently. First of all, let's be real, Jones had every right to throw some shade at the Giants. After all, they did him dirty. Especially with their public airing of doubts on HBO's Hard Knocks earlier this year. Could he have called them out for questioning his abilities in front of millions of viewers? Absolutely. Did he blame the franchise for throwing him into a situation where management clearly didn't have his back? Nope. Could he have pointed out that the Giants' struggles to build a solid offensive line were a major factor in his injuries? Or maybe grumbled about being shuffled around between 3 different head coaches in his first 4 seasons? Well, yeah. But guess what? Jones kept it classy. He publicly thanked the Giants, expressed his gratitude to the Mara and Tisch families for the chance to play in New York, and continued with a humble acknowledgement of his own performance. I did not play well enough, consistently enough to help the team get the results, he said, taking 100% responsibility. If that's not a classy exit, I don't know what is. The icing on the cake? The Giants, acknowledging his dignity, released him with a statement that praised his professionalism. NFL executives react. Is there hope for Jones in 2025? Now, let's talk about the future. While no one expects Jones to be anointed a guaranteed starting quarterback anywhere in 2025, the general consensus is that his journey is far from over. In fact, many believe his next chapter could be a great opportunity for both him and whichever team takes a chance on him. Here's the thing, there are plenty of teams in the NFL that will need a bridge quarterback, and Jones could fit that bill perfectly. His ability to mentor a young quarterback and provide stability in the short term could be just what some franchises need while they develop their future star. NFL execs across the league have suggested teams like the New York Jets, Cleveland Browns, and Minnesota Vikings could be in the market for a quarterback like Jones, especially if they plan to draft and develop a young QB in 2025. But don't expect him to be the unquestioned QB1 for any team next season. As one NFC executive pointed out, no team is going to hand Jones the starting job right away. Instead, he's likely to be a backup or a bridge quarterback for a team with a promising rookie QB who needs some mentorship. But let's not sell Jones short just yet. This is the type of role that could give him a chance to prove he's got more left in the tank. Where could Jones end up? When it comes to where Jones could land, multiple teams have been mentioned. Some executives think the Minnesota Vikings would be a solid fit, particularly if Sam Darnold signs elsewhere. The Vikings have already shown they know how to revitalize quarterbacks. as seen with Darnold's improved play in Minnesota. If the Vikings want to sign Jones, they'd get a solid backup option for the rest of the 2024 season. And they could potentially evaluate him for 2025. Another possibility? Teams like the Indianapolis Colts or the Carolina Panthers could be looking for a bridge quarterback to give their young quarterbacks time to grow. If Bryce Young or